Hey guys, it's Kathleen with Thrifty Bitches, and I am back with a what sold video. It has been forever since I have done a what sold video. These are items that have all sold on eBay. eBay is where I get the most amount of my sales from. I do a significant amount on Poshmark and Mercari, a little bit on Etsy and Facebook Marketplace, but the bulk of them definitely come from eBay. So if you are new to my channel and you like reselling content, you're in the right place. Hit the subscribe button down below and join our little reselling community. All right, I'm gonna jump right into it. I have a total of 26 items in this what sold video. So this first item is a Pier 1 Imports floral curtain. It has the grommets. It was new and in the package. I grabbed this at a yard sale for only $1, and I loved this item, and this sold really, really quickly within about a week of having listed it for $20. Next up is this Falls Graph Kenilworth meat fork with a serving spoon. I love to pick up flatware. Falls Graph is hit or miss. This particular set has hung around a good while. Probably I've had it listed for 9 months, 10 months, somewhere around that area. But flatware is really easy to photograph. It's easy to store. I just have a flatware bin and I just keep all of my flatware together. So it's easy for me to find something when it does sell. So I will always pick up flatware if I think that it is a good brand like Falls Graph. And my real favorite to pick up is Oneida. So I will pretty much pick up anything that is Oneida. That has a fabulous sell-through rate for me. So I paid $2 for these pieces, which is a little high for flatware, to be honest with you, and they flipped for $12. I grabbed this Royal Dalton Bunnykin set. It was like the mug and the bowl and the plate all together. This was at a huge, it was like a garage sale / estate sale, and this house was packed. I got so many good things from this yard sale, and this was one of them. So this Bunnykin set I paid a total of $3 for. It was $1 a piece, and it flipped for $18. Another thing that I love to pick up that I almost always pick up is new old stock sheets. So these were combed percale, I think that's how you say it. And they are vintage pink double fitted sheet. I paid only $1 for it, and this sold for $24. And then I also sold this complete set, which is also vintage yellow floral double sheet set. This is also a percale set, and it is no iron. I don't know. I'm not so up on what all the different distinctions are. I just know that when I pick up new old stock sheets, they tend to move for me. And this set was like a yellow floral set, also a double-sized sheet set. I paid $3, $1 an item, and this set sold for $28. Okay, next is one of my favorite pickups. So this was an Olympus Infinity style point and shoot type camera. I picked this up at an estate sale for only $5. It worked perfectly because I did get burned one time when I picked up a camera, and then I put in the batteries and it all lit up, but I didn't read the code, and the code was saying error. Something was wrong with the motherboard. So this one I checked, and this one was a go-ahead. It came in the original box. Like I said, I only paid $5 for it. This sold within an hour of me having listed it for $125. I had no idea what I had stumbled upon. I really just picked it up because Olympus. I've sold Olympus before, and Olympus moves for me, but also because it came in the box. It had all of the things. It had the instructions. It had the strap that attaches to it, and it worked. So for $5, I thought it was worth taking a shot, thinking I was going to flip it for $30 or $40. So I was thrilled when I got $125 for it. I probably could have gotten more, but I wanted to move it fast. Okay, next is this vintage silk aqua bomber style jacket. It is in a size extra large. Now this was at an estate sale, and this lady had a ton of silk jackets, but I just didn't know. I just wasn't confident enough to buy all of them, and they were all $3 a piece. So I picked out 2, and I'm really sorry that I didn't get more because these did sell. Now they didn't sell particularly fast. Probably took about a month or 2 to sell, but they did sell. So I probably should have picked up more. But this one was really neat. It almost gave me like Chanel vibes or something like that. Just the pattern of it. I don't know. It just really looked cool to me. So I picked this up for $3 and it sold for $24. And then this other one that I picked up at the same sale, this took a little bit longer to sell, but it sold about 2 weeks later. Also in a size extra large, and this is by Blue Bayou. And this, I paid $3 for it, and this one sold for $18. So vintage silk jackets, yes, definitely need to pick them up in the future if I can get them for, I probably wouldn't pay much more than $3 for them, but if you can get them between $1 and $3, definitely worth picking up. Okay, next is this Charm Furs New York. New to me brand. This is a rabbit hair vest. Really pretty. It had like this ombre design working. It was just a really, really pretty piece. It was in a size extra large, and this was at this estate sale where it was the last day of the estate sale and they were just giving everything away. So I put down $1, but I probably paid less than $1 for this, to be honest with you. I cleaned up at this yard sale. This is also the yard sale where I got 3 pieces of Johnny Was, all for $1 a piece. I mean, you never see that. So anyway, this was listed for a hot minute, but it did eventually sell. Again, I paid maybe $1 for it, and it sold for $22. This pair of Lane cowboy boots, I've never sold Lane before, but as soon as I saw these boots at an estate sale, I knew they were special because of the embroidery. The only thing was the size. So these were in a size 6, which I really like to stick to the 7s and the 8s, the bigger sizes. But I did pick them up because they were so interesting. They had all this embroidery detail of skulls and roses and flowers. In fact, I even wore them one day to work when it was like Western Day or something like that. I know skulls at school, but it was really pretty. So I paid $10 for these, which is a lot for me. I don't usually pay that much for boots, but I was pretty confident they were going to move. Now, it took a hot minute. They were listed for 6 months, maybe 7 months, but they sold for my full asking price of $148. So that was a great pickup. Totally stoked to get rid of those. Okay, I picked up this vintage polo fireman clasp vest at a yard sale, and this lady was selling all of her clothing items for $2.50 an item. So I picked this up just because I really like the clasps. The clasps were very interesting, and of course, because it's polo. It was also in a size extra large, so all 3 of those things checked off those boxes, so I picked it up for $2.50. This sold really quickly for $40. So it was the fireman clasp thing that I think put it over the top, because when I put those in my search details, I mean, all of the solds were just popping up. So it was definitely a good item to pick up. Be on the lookout for anything fireman clasp polo. Okay, next is this escape hood oxygen mask. So I grabbed these. There were 2 of them all together, and they were brand new in the package, sealed, vintagey looking oxygen masks. I had no idea what they were for, but they were only $1 a piece, and I threw them in my bag figuring I would take a chance on them, and they have sat and sat. But then bam, within just 3 weeks of each other, both of them sold. So this one sold for $28, and then the second one sold. I took an offer of $18 on the second one. Okay, next up is this 3-pack of Brother tape that was just new and in the package. I grabbed this at an estate sale for only $1, and it only sold for $10, but easy to photograph, easy to store, easy to ship. So I would definitely pick that up again. That one is just, it's an easy sale, even though it is a relatively low sale price-wise. It's still definitely something as a reseller, you like those easy things that you can just quick crank them out, get them listed. And a lot of times I will save those listings for days that I really don't feel like listing, but I just need to list a few things to keep the algorithm going. And so those are really easy to just get done quickly and be done with it for the day. Next up is this new with tags Crown and Ivy fit and flare tank dress. It is in a size extra large. Like I said, it was new with tags. This was at a yard sale that I went to in the very beginning of yard selling season. It was probably like March, and I stumbled upon this one. It wasn't any of the yard sales that were on like Facebook Marketplace or that you saw on Craigslist. So I just took a chance and followed the signs, and I was so glad that I did, because this lady had a ton of clothing that was all larger sizes and new with tags. and every piece was $2 a piece. So this one I only paid $2 for, and it sold for $21. I went to a church yard sale at the end of yard selling season last fall, and I picked up this big box of the Creme Shop acne patches, and they're like hydrocolloid, or I don't know, I'll flash the name up there. And these were cotton candy themed. All of them were new and sealed in the package, and so they were only $1 each. So I paid $6 for the whole box, and I've just been steadily selling them. So what I've been doing is lining up 2 packages together, and each package has 3 sheets. So they're really getting 6 sheets for $14. And they've just been slowly selling. Now that Vendoo allows me to do different quantities of an item, it's so much easier. So I love finding things like this that are just kind of like a passive income stream as they sell for me. Okay, so again, I paid 50 cents for those, and I sold one for $14, and then the second one only sold for $8. But this was actually the 4th and the 5th one that I've sold. So I've sold them previously. So they're slowly moving out of my inventory. I grabbed this Vera Bradley Java Blue retired pattern rolling piece of luggage. It looked new without the tags. Maybe it had been used once or twice. It had hardly any signs of having been used before. I paid only $15 for it at an estate sale, and this sold for $95. Now, I would pick this up again. However, I will tell you, something happened when I put the measurements into Vendoo where the measurements did not cross over into eBay for whatever reason. So I kind of got burned on the shipping a little bit. It ended up costing me, I probably lost about $15 in the deal because of the shipping. So next time, word to the wise, I've just got to be really careful that it is converted over or whatever. Whatever happens when I do Vendoo and then list on eBay, I've got to make sure that it's taking all of those measurements over, because shipping something like that, that's super heavy, but not only is it heavy, it's really big. Shipping is going to be an issue. So I really don't want to roll the dice on that, if you know what I mean. Okay, I grabbed this vintage Canon shutter release cable at an estate sale. I paid about 50 cents for it, probably a little bit less. And this has sat around a while, but it was made in Japan, and I just knew, you know, there are a lot of camera geeks out there, and all of these vintage camera supplies, they buy them up. I had a couple of Canon lenses too, and they sold right away. So this one has sat around probably about 8 or 9 months, but for 50 cents, I flipped that for $10. And again, this one is really easy to photograph, really easy to store, takes up no room in the inventory, and ships out really cheaply and quickly. So I would definitely do that one again. This was one of my favorite pickups, and I would have never picked this up had it not been for Kayla, the homeschooling picker, because she picks up all of these back braces and everything. So this was a back brace that I found at a yard sale, hidden away in the basement, wasn't even marked, but it was new with the tags in the back. And so I took a chance on it, paid $5 for this sucker, and it sold within 2 weeks for $68. It was no joy to ship it, but it also wasn't particularly delicate. So I didn't have to worry about bubble wrap and stuffing and everything like that. It was just big and bulky. However, this one, the measurements did transfer over from Vendoo into eBay, so I had no problem, no shipping issues. And that was a really quick flip from $5 to $68. I grabbed this Soma 38 Double D keyhole enticing lift bra that was pre-owned. It wasn't even new with the tags, but it was in really good condition, and Soma just sells for me. Anytime I find a big Soma bra, I definitely pick it up. Even if I just sell it for a couple of dollars, I know it's going to move. This one, even though it didn't have tags on it, I paid less than $1 for it because it was at that same yard sale where I just got all of those Johnny Was shirts and all of the things. So I paid maybe $1 for this, and this one sold for $28. This one might have been new without the tags now that I'm thinking about it. I think there was a reason why it sold so high. Usually a pre-owned bra isn't going to go for $28. At that same yard sale, I picked up this, and it's XCVI, which I'm embarrassed to say. I don't know what those Roman numerals convert to, but it is the Wearables brand, and this pair of Wearables ruched pants were in a size extra large, and they were brand new with tags. So I paid less than $1 for these pants, and they sold for $18. And they sold for $18. This is a jacket, a vintage indigo moon, 100% linen jacket with all of this interesting applique on it. And this one has been listed for a minute. I paid only $1 for this at an estate sale, and it sold eventually for $20. In a recent Thrift With Me video, I picked up these Minecraft zombie books. They were only $1 each, and I picked them up because all the books 1 through 6 were there. So I do like picking up book sets. Minecraft is hot. The kids all love it. So I figured it was worth taking a chance for only $1.50. These books sold within 2 days and sold for $18. So that was a definite good flip. Not all book sets are worth picking up, but a lot of them are worth quickly scanning the barcode on the back to see if they have a decent sell-through rate. I've moved a lot of books by doing that. This item came from a school yard sale. It was for a school theater department, and this was the yard sale where the kids had kind of priced everything, so the prices were all over the place. Like, some things were dirt cheap and other things were so expensive you'd never buy them. But this one I thought was reasonably priced. This is a new in the package accessory set for our generation, which is either Target or Walmart's version of the American Girl dolls. And so I only paid $2 for it, and it sold for $22. At the same yard sale where I got the Johnny Was shirts, I picked up this Demi NYC new with tag shimmer jacket, size extra large. It was beautiful, such a pretty piece. I knew it was going to sell pretty quickly, and it did. I paid less than $1 for it, and it sold within a couple of weeks for $58. And then the last item in this What Sold video is this Ralph Lauren green long sleeve large new with tags button-up shirt. I paid $2 for this at an estate sale, and it sold for $28. So I sold a total of 26 items for $69 even, which is an average cost of goods of $2.65. I sold all of those items for $927. If you back out 13% in fees of $120.51, that leaves me with a net profit of $737.49. So not bad for 26 items. I'm really psyched about that. Things have been a little bit slow moving into the summer, as you would expect, but that's okay. It's given me some time to catch up, to go through my death pile, and to make sure that everything is listed as we get prepared for the summer to end and to head into Q4. All right, guys, that's everything for this What Sold video. Please, if you like these types of videos, hit the subscribe button, throw us a comment, and hit the like button, and I will catch you next time. Bye, guys.